What's up, guys? Welcome back to AI on Crypto, and we're here today to talk about Axie Infinity. People have been making life-changing profit with Axie Infinity in a number of different ways. Some have been doing it through battling as player versus player and climbing up the leaderboards and just stacking the heck out of SLP. Others are just grinding it out, playing the arena mode, playing the adventure mode. But I think most of the profit that has been had within the Axie Infinity ecosystem has definitely been had by the breeders. And today I'm going to show you guys how to breed like an absolute pro using the Freak Axie Extension. So I'm going to show you guys how to get it and how to use it. So let's go. This is AI on Crypto. On this channel, we talk about cryptocurrency prices and trends, altcoin gems, and all the things on the blockchain that fill our bags to the max, and we stay far, far away from Wreck City. On this channel, we make daily cryptocurrency content focusing on decentralized finance, altcoins, and more we are looking into the play-to-earn blockchain games that are going to drive the economies of the future. We look at those NFT playables. We look at the ecosystems that give you the best chance at income through your passion of video games. And if you're looking for that kind of content, please subscribe to the channel. Tap that bell so you don't miss a thing. Of course, we're not professional financial advisors. All the opinions expressed here are for entertainment and information purposes only. So let's get with it and take a look at the Freak Axie Extension and how you can use it to breed like a pro. So you're going to want to go to the Google Chrome web store and look for the Freak Axie Extension. It is a browser extension that shows you a more in-depth view of the genetics behind the Axies that you're thinking about buying. It is a free browser extension. All you got to do is go to the Chrome web store and download it for free. All right, guys, once you get your Freak Axie Extension, to use it, head on over to the marketplace. And now, when you look at the Axies listed on the marketplace, instead of seeing just the breed count below the Axie ID, you're seeing some other statistics, namely this purity percentage. All right? So when you hover over an Axie, when you get these stats, you can see that you have the dominant traits, then the recessive 1 and recessive 2 traits. So what you see on the Axie in terms of its parts, in terms of its breed type, in terms of the abilities that it has, those are an expression of its dominant traits. So whatever an Axie has as its dominant traits, you're going to see as parts on the Axie. As an example, if you take a look here, this Axie has Little Peas, Nemo, Sirius, Antenna, Turnip, and Gerbil. So you can see it has that Sirius mouth from the plant. It's got the turnip back for its defense moves. The tail is gerbil. That's a beast move, okay? And then what you don't see is the R1 and R2 traits. So why does this matter as a breeder? Well, let's change our settings here to show only plant, okay? And let's take it down to a pureness of 6. So 6 purity. All right, so if you're a noob, if you're a novice Axie Infinity breeder, you might look at an Axie that has all plant parts and you might be thinking to yourself, all right, this is a pure Axie. Let's buy the 2 cheapest pure Axies and start breeding a nice farm of 100% plant Axies. Well, that would be great, except for the fact that there is still a high probability if you buy 2 Axies that have all plant parts, you could definitely still get an Axie that isn't pure and has plant parts mixed in as their dominant trait. So looking here at this first Axie on the board, if you hover over it, you can see that dominant, yes, is all green, all plant parts. But there in the R1 and R2, you see that there are the parts of other breed types. So if I was to breed this Axie with, say, this one that here is 84% purity, and you can see much more R1 and R2 impurities there, you're going to have a much higher probability of breeding an Axie that is not pure, that has some other breed type expressing itself as a dominant feature, which means on the marketplace, you're going to get much less for that Axie. You see, with the prices of SLP and AXS tokens going up, that means the price of breeding is going up drastically. So guys, looking at the most expensive Axies, which of course are the Axies with the fewest breed count, I want to show you the difference in the floor price between an Axie that has 6 purity and an Axie that has 5 purity. So here, looking at the plant Axies with 0 breed count and a pureness of 6, the absolute cheapest you can get is this one right here for $591. Looking at this Axie here, this floor Axie, it is a pureness of 6. It does have all 6 traits being plant, but its pureness is only 85%. And you can see that most of the R1 and R2 traits are not plant. But anyways, it still has 6 plant parts. Now, if you knock that down to 5, the floor price gets cut in half. So this Axie has 5 plant parts and only 1 beast part. And instead of being a $600 Axie, it is a $300 Axie. So what does that mean? Well, going back to this Axie right here with 6 plant parts, even though it has 6 plant parts, when you factor in its recessive genes, it is only 85% pure. So if I was to buy this Axie right here, along with this other 85% Axie below it, and you see they start having lots of recessive traits that aren't plant, there would be a high probability that when I bred these 2 Axies, I would wind up with an Axie that had 1 or more parts that weren't plant. This is going to drastically reduce the profit I get from breeding my Axies. So if you are beginning your Axie farm, you want to spend that extra money to get the first Axies you have as highest purity possible, so that when you do your breeding, you don't wind up with Axies with impure parts, that in other words have parts that aren't all of the breed type you want. And because of that, you're not going to get near as large of a return on your investment after you spend that precious SLP and precious AXS breeding those Axies. And guys, we want you in this community to have the biggest chance of success possible. You can do that breeding Axies in Axie Infinity, but you gotta have the tools. So please, before beginning your own Axie farm, go and download this awesome Freak Axie Extension to give you that edge over the competition. Now, final words, guys. Most of the best Axie breeders out there say that a breeding range anywhere from 95% to a 99% is really that sweet spot that you're looking for as an Axie breeder when starting out your breeding farm. Why did I leave out the 100% Axie? Well, that, no doubt about it, a 100% pure Axie with a 0 breed count is the best for breeding. But why do you want that 95 to 99% range? It's because the 100% Axies are so expensive. In other words, you're just as good buying 299% Axies in all likelihood to start your farm, as opposed to that extra cost it would take to breeding 2 100% Axies. It's just a lot more of an initial investment to get the 2 100s, and you're still likely to have great breeding results with 299s. And that goes for the offspring as well. So if you breed your Axies and you have 4 offspring of 2 breeding pairs, and let's say you get 100% out of that batch, well, you could continue to breed that 100% Axie, but you could actually get so much from putting it on the market that it actually makes more sense to sell your 100% Axies than to continue breeding them. And that is a pro tip, a top Axie strategy right there. When you do breed those awesome 100% Axies, man, sell them and get that max dollar so you can continue breeding higher quantities of the 95 to 99 percenters. If you're new to Axie Infinity, this game is awesome. It is giving people all over the world a chance to earn above average income just from playing this game, and it all starts with the breeders. In order for there to be enough Axies to meet the demand of the growing player base, us breeders have to keep working. But you can only do it if you're profitable. So hopefully this video here helps you along your breeding journey. And we cover a lot more than this when it comes to Axie Infinity and blockchain gaming in general. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe to the channel and tap that bell, because we're going to continue to give you the goods you need to be a pro when it comes to the play-to-earn gaming blockchain cryptocurrency space. All right, guys, I hope you like this content, and I'll catch you on the next video.